I'm Steve. This is Brian.
How's it going, guys?
We're with Line Innovations, and we produce MT Power Latch, which is essentially a power bobtatch for your mini track loaders. And we make them from model 50, 52, MT55, MT85, MT100, and the MT120, which we have here. So what we're going to do here today is do an install video to show you how easy this is for installation, and we're going to show you step by step. Any questions that you may have, you can email us at helineinnovations@gmail.com, or you can give us a call, 330-495-2409 or
330-329-2535. You'll be able to find all this stuff on the instruction manual or on the website. So let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Okay, Brian's going to do the install. I'm going to be narrating and talking a little bit through it. So, but thank you very much.
All right, we'll start off by popping off your existing handles. The standard stock setup. You got to remove this 9/16 nut and take off the whole spring and handle assembly. There's a washer on here, so make sure you don't lose that. The bolt's captured in the bottom. It just slides on and off. Handle pops right up. Move to the other side. Actually, let me finish this whole side one time so we can speed this up.
Okay.
Over here, you have to sort of wiggle this to get access to it. It's a 5/16 Allen. Use a socket, you can use a drill, whatever you got handy. Just down in there, and then bust that loose. The spring is compressed slightly. There you go, it sort of pops off. This is going to be junk. I'm not going to use it anymore. Maybe save it for somebody who needs one down the road. Replace with our new barrel block adapter, as we call them. Slides right back on. Flip this forward.
Bobcat's official name for this piece is a bob/tatch pivot, and there's different part numbers and such, but we provide these for you based on the model that you're installing on.
So note, you will need to compress this spring slightly to get the bolt started. So I sort of push down on it, hold the bolt so I can get it to ratchet, and just like that, she's started. You'll take it all the way down until it gets snug and just snug it up a little bit. Doesn't need to be extremely tight. Snug it up. Pop that off. Handle goes right back on. You gotta sort of line them up. Boom. Bolt is captured in the bottom. Take your nut, put it back on. Grab your 9/16 socket. And tighten it up. You don't want to crank it all the way down. You want to have some spring to have a little bit of movement in it still. So give it once it starts to get tight, give it a couple more turns, and that's it.
And we give you a decal set for alignment, and this may be a good time to install your white decal, your white stripe on here, since we're all open and everything.
So repeat the process on the other side, exactly the same, and then we'll get back to the next step after that.
So this is pretty much rinse and repeat what he's doing on the left side. So I'm going to take a minute and talk about the included hose bracket, which we have. And your mini track loader should have two holes up here on the MT120. We do it a little differently on the MT85, MT100. But we're not going to take this off and put it back on. It's just a bracket. These two holes, they're
already threaded.
They're already threaded. This is a 3/16 hex that you use to install the bracket on here. And then your male goes in the bottom, female goes on top. This is really a super cool attachment. I like telling the story of the salesman that invented power steering and took it to Chrysler, and they adapted it, and their market share went through the roof because they were the only ones in 1951 with power steering. And this opportunity, if you're a salesman for Bobcat, sets you apart from all the competition because you guys are the only ones that have this, have it available. And it is an awesome accessory.
Okay. We're now ready with the new pivot blocks, as Bobcat calls them. We are ready for the Power Latch. Gets installed with the flat part up. And it slides over top of these.
Yeah. Flat part.
And this side rotates because it's part of the cylinder, so you got to get it lined up just right. And this side. Now this will pull it through, and there's this included spacer, so it keeps pressure back on this, so we get the right alignment in here.
Now, depending on the version, you may get a spacer, you may not get a spacer. It's some of them get it, some of them don't.
And the MT85-100s have a big 7/8 spacer in the back.
Yeah.
Because there's a big flange we have to clear.
But MT120s, depending on what barrel block we use, some of them use a spacer, some of them don't.
So sometimes this doesn't want to pull all the way up through, so I'm going to use the bolt to pull it up through and make sure my spacer's aligned. You can see the bracket in the back is pulling up through. Now I'm going to check it real quick just to make sure that my spacer did get on top of the barrel block. Yep, so we're on top of the barrel block. So you just slid back again. And we don't go crazy tight with this, we snug it up. Sorry. Till it's tight and give it about an extra quarter turn. And that is it. So rinse and repeat on this side, spacer first. And we are good to go there. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hook these up real quick, then we can hook up our hose holder. These guys, well, if you want to stow them, they just pop right in here, boom, boom. If you run an auger or something, you just store them there. Or when we're operating, they go in there. This is a 1/2-inch bolt here. This is normally tight, we had it just finger tight. That slides up into here. And you will have to play with this a little bit, get it all lined up. And that started, tighten her up, and get a different socket. It's a 1/2 inch, not 9/16 like the rest of the stuff on there.
Now, your kit is, everything's gonna be pretty much hooked up. We attach your lines for you. We want this routed on the outside here. We cut your sleeve at the appropriate place to hit this bolt.
So we got enough slack for this hose to be able to do a full tilt and curl, and have still enough hose to store your couplers when not in use.
Right. Now, when you first hook this up, you may want, some kinds of these hoses get some tension in them, so you can loosen these up and rotate your coupler.
Yeah, during shipping, they may not be quite. So you want to loosen this up, get this, put the way you want it, and then take 2 wrenches, hold this one, and then bust this loose or tighten it up so you can keep it from twisting and creating bind in the hose. So once you get it where you want it, ran the way you want it, tighten these up, but you can set them up loose so that you get the proper hose routing.
And then tighten them up. Those are, we use two 9/16 wrenches for
Yep.
those two nuts there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So when you're all the way rolled back, you do want to be cognizant of opening up your bob attach all the way back, because you may come close to these.
The levers will hit if you're all the way back.
Yeah, so you just want to, and there's no reason to open it while you're all the way back. So, but once you're latched, you can go all the way back, you can go all the way forward, and we should have enough hose routing for all that. So, that was.
And then the bucket, we have the three
Yeah.
lines on the alignments. Anywhere touching the white, you're good to go. But you want to be cognizant of trying to line the whites up as best you can.
Yeah, because on this particular bucket, the end of your wedge here really ends up about here on this bucket, because this bucket will fit on a full-size track loader or the mini bob, the mini track loader. So that's why we put these alignment decals on there to give you a better idea.
Just speeds up hooking up and not making mistakes of having misaligned pins.
Yep. Brian, I'm going to hook that up to the bucket
Sure.
for
Okay.
a quick minute.
So smooth.
That basically completes your install. Thank you very much, Brian. We're going to go through what your kit includes. So you'll get a decal sheet, and then you'll also get a separate decal sheet with 3 sets of alignment decals so that you can put them on your various attachments. You're going to get, hose bracket. They are different from the MT100 and below in the MT120, but
You want to go grab one for the 8500 quick and show them?
yeah. So whereas the MT120 hooks up with these 2 holes, the MT100 does not. So what we do, and you'll see it in your directions, is this hole goes on the back. So you're going to take this top line off and then put this on, and then reattach the top line and tighten, and that's what holds this bracket on there. So what I would recommend is not tightening, because that block is different, and you have a bolt up front. You also have one back here. You want to keep those loose as you're getting this all aligned before you tighten this bottom one back in, because you're going to need some of that flex in order to get this line back into that fitting.
Yeah, we're just using the top line, but you may have to loosen the bottom one as well just to get the flex to get it all back together. It is at an angle, and it can be troublesome sometimes to get it lined back up if everything's tight. But if it's loose, no problem. So we got a bunch here ready to go out. We got a bunch more in process of being manufactured. So we're selling these things as fast as we can. They're going out the door pretty quick, and we're real happy with it. And as far as stickers go, on the MT120, we put this one here, and a couple on the sides. And also, very importantly, we have a warning decal on here that we install here just to make sure you turn off your auxiliaries when you are running the power latch.
Yeah, when your machine is started, you press your hydraulic release for operation, and then you run your auxiliary hydraulics
To
with
operate
this
the power
switch to
latch.
operate the power latch. But once you're connected, you need to turn this off to avoid accidentally hitting this and releasing your attachment. So this, you press on when you're going to operate power latch, you press it off when not in use.
Yep.
Now the MT100 and below has a mechanical manual valve operated for your auxiliary hydraulics that you push forward. And we have a latch assembly. Give me a quick second.
Yeah, we can edit that out.
So we have, pretend this is the lever for your auxiliary hydraulics. We have a latch assembly. And it squeezes together.
To install it.
You squeeze that together and that drops into the hole around the lever for the auxiliary hydraulics. And it snaps in. And so you move that forward to open your
To open the power latch.
yeah, open the power latch, and then backwards to close it. Once you're closed, you roll that back, and that keeps you from accidentally going forward and releasing the power latch. So, pretty neat design. It's pretty cool.
Anything else, Steve?
No, I think the rest is pretty self-explanatory here. Yeah, I think that was pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, I think I got it all. All right.